Welcome to that CMS Guy. Today we've got a very special guest. Her name is Kylie. And like many individuals who watch this channel are going through difficulties, stress and anxiety, false calculations, and trying to just make their way through what is a very, very difficult, cumbersome and problematic and even criminal organization. What's really interesting about today's story is what Kylie did when the CMS said to her that she owed an extortionate amount of money. You on with? So, welcome to the channel, Kylie. What's your story?
Okay, so I will start in the fact that we had a previous child support agency case that was open when the children were, obviously actually when they separated. And so the CSA case actually closed in July 2015. And a new application had been made with the new service at the same time. So my partner, he was a director of a limited company. So he was the only director and he was the only shareholder for that business. Yeah. I was the company secretary for that business. So,
can you discuss what that company was, or what you did in that company, or is that something you need to keep to yourself? What is it?
I mean, obviously, with it being on Companies House and it being a limited company, it's kind of open to the public anyway. But basically, it was just kind of fixing laptops, computer consoles, and just sort of like general IT.
Because you're interested in computers and gaming and all that kind of stuff, aren't you? Both of you. So
Yes.
So that's your niche thing. And so is that business still going or is it?
No, the business ceased trading quite some time ago now, a good few years ago now.
Oh, right. Okay. So as you were saying, you had this business, then what happened?
Okay. So obviously it was only him working and we were assessed as a nil assessment for the annual review for July 2015 to July 2016. Right. And again, that was because he had no salary. He didn't take an income from the business. And actually, because it was a new business as well, there wasn't a lot in there. And he obviously needed to try and build the business up first, build clients and stuff, and,
so what money you did take in was folded back into the business, which didn't leave anything much else left over. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that was correct. So the same again, July 2016 to 2017. Again, it was a nil assessment. Yeah. It was also again the same 2017 to 2018. Yeah. It was the same again 2018 to 2019.
This sounds pretty good so far.
Yeah. And it was also the case for 2019 to 2020.
Right.
However, late 2018, we found some information that the Financial Investigations Unit were involved.
Right. Why were they involved then?
I'm assuming it was because even though there was a business that was actually running, the resident parent disagreed and was obviously doing a little bit of research online to basically accuse us of, actually working.
Right.
Part of the
hiding funds, maybe.
Yeah, because we were claiming that there was no income, that we wasn't working, and she was obviously saying that we were and there was income.
So when a resident parent contacts the CMS, they can actually request a mandatory reconsider or a mandatory reinvestigation of the case to find out if there's actually any money that could be available. Do you reckon that?
Yeah.
You think maybe she did?
I think it was a variation that was perhaps asked for.
Yeah.
But we did actually, because part of the business, even though it was like a repair company,
Yeah.
part of the business required him to attend other businesses and, set their software up, build their computers, and kind of like look after the whole like infrastructure of their IT system.
Right. Okay.
But obviously he would.
Like subcontracting sort of thing.
Yes. Right. Yes. And there was one business in particular that the resident parent was targeting. And it was actually one of quite our biggest business clients. So the FIU/CMS had actually made contact with this business, requesting to be put through to payroll department in relation to my partner. So they didn't give any details on the phone because they couldn't justify who they were. So they said, if you're requesting this information, then we want it in writing. So they done that.
Yeah.
They sent a letter.
Yeah.
Requesting they actually provided a load of details, including national insurance number, date of birth, and some other bits and pieces that are completely irrelevant to what he was doing for the business. So his client did not need that information at all.
What's under GDPR then?
Well, we did argue that, but they said that it doesn't come under that. So they're not in breach then, essentially. So they also provided, they kind of wanted his payroll details, but the manager of the manager of the other business actually wrote them a letter to state that this person that you're asking for doesn't work for me. He's not an employee because he wasn't an employee. And obviously they used a certain regulation as well. So obviously this letter that they received was quite like a scaremongering letter. Into trying.
Because the CMS can fine companies.
Yes. Yeah. So I think ultimately they were just trying to find out whether he was an employee, which obviously he wasn't. So a response had to go back.
Sneaky. Really sneaky.
Yes. So yeah, a response went back to say under the regulation, I can't even remember what it was now. It was regulation 4A B in brackets or something like that.
I know that one, yeah.
Yeah. So they said, if you don't provide this information, you could be in breach of it and you could incur like a fine of £1,000. So again, more sort of scaremongering. They actually writ that if you don't comply with this order, then you could be in breach. However, the document's not an order because it's not been stamped by the court.
No.
It's actually just one of their generic letters.
Right.
And they just make it
to look official, to look scary, to...
Yes. Yes. Yes, 100%.